What is going on, guys? It's C-Brev bringing you my first full scheme video of Madden 19, and pistol is back, boys. This formation is awesome. It's great for someone who has a quarterback that can run a little bit, like your Cam Newton, your Michael Vick, your Baker Mayfield. It's great because we are running 2 option plays in this formation, as well as some fire passes. So drop a like and subscribe for more content. And please forgive my voice because I am sick right now, but we're going to power through this, no pun intended. So we are in the Panthers playbook, and we are going to be breaking down the pistol weak formation. And this formation surprised me. I wasn't expecting much, but the runs are really, really good, and the passes are a nice complement. Please keep in mind that this needs to be a run-first scheme. You need to be focused on running the ball more than passing, and the passing plays take a little time to get used to make the correct read every time, because there's some intricacies in there that will break down. Now, substitutions. At your traditional halfback spot, you're going to want your backup halfback, I suppose. Doesn't really matter if they're fast, if they're slow, if they're trucking, if they're juke move. Just someone there that can catch the ball. If needed, they're going to be our last read on many of the plays, and they don't really run the ball much in the formation. At the fullback spot, you want a fast pass-catching back. So this is where I put LaShawn McCoy campaign here. This is where you want to put your Todd Gurley's, your Tevin Coleman's, etc. Just a good balanced receiver here, and then on the right side, you want your fastest receiver. So this is where you'd throw your Tyreek Hill, your Randy Moss, blah, blah, blah. Now, audibles. If you don't know how to audible, you can go into the change audibles. You can go into the formation, look at the plays, and then hit left trigger or L2. And then you press a button, and then you can change what your audibles are, which is pretty cool. They implemented this a couple years ago. Square, we're going to change to power option. And R1 or right bumper, we're going to change to play action boot Y wheel. And everything else is good. Triple option at triangle or Y, and Y corner at L1 or left bumper. So we are good to go. Now let's get into the plays. So why is this formation good? Well, there's a run to the left, that's a power option. There's a run to the right, that's a triple option. And the passes are pretty good. So let's get into triple option first. What you want to understand about triple option is that you're never actually running an option. Pretend that this play is halfback off tackle. The point of this play is to always hand the ball to the fullback, because even if they commit, if they have it set to have their defensive end or linebacker crash towards your fullback, he's not going to get there in time most plays. And if he's crashing that hard, maybe you can pull it back, but really, I just run this play as if it's halfback off tackle, and the blocking is just awesome on this play. Some people like to run 4-4 online, and you can just cut it up off tackle. You can take it around to the outside. This is just a nice, solid run all around. You can see there that he caught me off the edge, but he was also in quarters, which you're not going to see much online. And I would probably audible to power option against quarters because you get pancakes for days. But yeah, wow, block shits. Your primary objective with this play is to just hand the ball off to the fullback, and that's why you put your fastest and your best halfback there. I always have problems in these videos trying to explain how good these runs are, because 1, practice mode, and 2, like, people don't really understand the variance when you're trying to show something in a video. But trust me, I have run this play like 25 times in a 4-minute quarter game in Ultimate Team. The blocking is just insane online. So that's enough for that. The complement to this is going to be power option, which is the left side run. And so what I like to do is I'll come out in play action option pass, which is my favorite passing play. And because of our audibles, we can audible to power option or a triple option. And so I like to run power option when there's 2 or less people above and to the left of the left tackle in the box. So you see, if you look at my left tackle, we've got a linebacker in the box and a D end in the box. That's 2 or less in front of him or to the left, and so we're going to audible to power option. One thing to note here is you're pretty much always going to be trying to keep the ball with your quarterback. The blocking is awesome on this as well. If they tell their D end to guard the quarterback instead, because that is a adjustment option on defense, you need to be ready, because the pitch needs to happen extremely quickly, because your cornerback's going to get blown up fast. But if you do get it off, it's going to be even more yards than if they would have just left it alone. So we'll run this a couple times. You can see the blocking here. We get an easy 6 yards there. We don't even need a good run blocker where Christian McCaffrey is. We just need someone to be running up there, getting in the way pretty much. But like I said with the last run, practice mode's not going to really do this play justice. But just trust me on this. Make sure you're sliding online. I would never run that play against goal line. Make sure you're sliding online so you're not giving up dumb fumbles. You guys know the drill. But you can see the big play potential this one has too. That was against goal line D. We got 21 yards. Here's against quarters where I said I would audibled, and there he guarded the halfback, so I pitched. You saw I had to make the decision pretty quick. Alright, I think you guys get the gist. We'll move on. But that's the basis of the formation. I run those plays 50% of the time or more, so keep that in mind that this is a run-based formation. Alright, first pass. Play action option pass. This is what it looks like stock. My adjustments are putting X on a drag and triangle on a streak. Your reads are going to be X, square if they take their user out of the middle, triangle if it's a match zone scheme. You're going to hit your running back over the top. It's going to be one of your last reads. And if it's a zone with cloud flats or purples, you're going to hit X all day. If they switch to hard flats, you're going to want a playmaker straight up as soon as you see that it's a hard flat. That will affect your running back, and he'll actually be able to get in behind the hard flat. So let's just run this a couple times. This is man coverage, which I did not cover, but pretty much everything's going to be open against man, the post and the drag. Whoops, forgot the triangle audible. So you see that was a hard flat, and I forgot to playmaker, so my fault. That's why I said these reads take a little time. But this play is really good. This drag just gets so open against any zone that's not a hard flat. 22 yards easy, and all we did was hit a drag route. Pretty difficult to use her as well, because we do get the camera change on the play action animation. And they have to respect the post over the middle, which a lot of people actually don't. So I've had instances online where people go to use her this drag, like here. And we just hit the post like 2 or 3 times in a row and get like 60 yards in 30 seconds. We actually ended up playmakering the tight end there, but you get the gist. If it's a hard flat on the left side, you're going to want a playmaker up as soon as you see it, so that you can get in behind the hard flat. The pass rush from the computer is crazy. Alright, one more time with this play. And then we'll get into the rest of the plays. One thing you guys have told me in the past is that these videos are too long, so I'm really trying my hardest to condense them. But if you have any questions about any of the plays, please let me know in the comments. I will respond to all of them if I can. Next play, we'll go over the screen. Alright, so this is one of the best screen passes in the game, in my opinion, for a couple reasons. One, you get 3 blockers to the right, and technically a 4th, because your circle receiver is going to be cutting to the inside when you throw the ball to your running back. So he's actually going to throw you a block by the time you throw it. And if they have defensive linemen with high awareness that peel off their rush, you're actually going to have time to hit circle and X behind the defense. And most people online, when they see a screen, will just crash towards the running back, which is the correct play. But with this particular halfback slip screen, we have 2 routes over the middle that can punish them for doing so. So we'll try to run this a couple times. You do not want to throw it if the defensive lineman peels off like he did there. You want to go ahead and hit him over the middle. But if you get an instance where it's zone and the defensive linemen don't peel off, this is an awesome way to get cheap yards. As has always been the case with Madden, screens are useless versus man coverage, but you don't really see man coverage much online, and you're not really trying to run the screen every single play. You're just trying to mix it in. So if we'd have got a block there, that could have been a touchdown. Not sure why an offensive lineman can't block Desmond Trufant, but that's for another time. Here you see the blocking. Just sick. We get 12 yards for free. So that's just something that I throw in. Alright, third passing play of the formation is called Y corner, and this is your big hitter play. This circle post, here, let me actually move the ball back. This circle post is nasty. It is an automatic touchdown versus cover 4, cover 2, assuming they don't put their linebacker in a deep middle. And it is an automatic touchdown against 2-man under or any man coverage that doesn't have safeties deep. And you can also fit it over the top with a pass lead to the outside against cover 3. So your adjustment is you put square on a drag, and then you leave everything else stock. So your first read is the post. This is your big hitter play. Like I said, you're trying to hit them over the top for a big gain. If it's not there, you're going to check down to square and triangle, who should be cutting over the middle. And your last read is actually X. If the play develops long enough, this X corner route will get in behind any type of sideline zone coverage, including purple zones. He just needs the time to get deep enough. And the post will be running off the coverage behind it. So that's your last read. Let's see if we can get some good footage here. Here's a cover 3 match. So we had the circle for a touchdown, but I didn't throw it because I'm an idiot. Wow, that was dumb. So once again, you're putting square on a drag. Here's a cover 2 look, if we have the time, which we did not. So once again, you're putting square on a drag. Looks like this is man here, so we just... Once again, you're putting square on a drag. Here's a match concept, and we're just wide open down the middle of the field. That's what you're going to be looking for pretty much every time you run this play. I like to run this play on second and short if I need points before the half. Sorry for all the jump cuts too, guys. I am so sick. So every time there's a... Wow, that was so dumb. But you see how open we were. Every time there's a jump cut in this video, it's because I am coughing or sneezing or blowing my nose. So, like I said at the beginning, please bear with me. But yeah, practice mode does not do these plays justice. This is a one-play touchdown versus cover 2, cover 4, like I said. Here's cover 2, just wide open. Maybe not a one-play touchdown every time, but we'll take 41 yards, 39 yards, whatever. We'll take that all day, especially with how much we're complimenting everything. Yeah. So we'll get into the last play here. Trust me on that Y corner, guys. Maybe I'll just show it against a cover 4 so you can see really quick what I am trying to show you. But these live comms always go like this. So here's a cover 4. You see the safety bites down on the corner route for some reason, and we just hit him over the top. Easy, easy, easy. This play absolutely murders cover 4. Alright. Last play of the formation, then we're done. Gonna say it again because YouTube is my thing. Please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of videos on coin making as well as money plays, so stay tuned for that. Last play is our audible play action boot Y wheel. This is the play that I run when I know I'm gonna pass, because you're not gonna fool anybody. They're gonna know you're gonna pass because we're gonna motion this halfback into the slot. And the hot routes are putting triangle on a streak, putting R1 on a streak, and putting circle on a drag. So you can see the concept we have going here. The streaks are basically just to run off the deep coverage. Your reads are going to be the drag underneath. If they take their user and jump on that right away, you can hit them with square and behind where they were. That's the point of that route. And if it's a hard flat and they user the drag, we're going to wait for that tight end route to cut up field, and then we're going to hit them for like 30 yards behind the sideline route. So let's try to run this a couple times. Here's the drag. That was man coverage, which once again you're not going to see very much online. At least I haven't. And these are going to take a little longer because I do have this motion every time. But I'll try to get at least one example where we hit the tight end and when we hit the square route. But as you can see, this drag's going to be open pretty much against everything. Even against a hard flat, you can hit that if they're not using it. You're just going to get tackled right away, and you only get 3 or 4 yards, but it's still going to be there. Keep in mind, you also have your Tyreek Hill in that slot, so the drag route's even better because that guy's so fast. One thing I've noticed in games with this play as well is if they're running a cover 2 concept where they take I'm just trying to throw the ball against goal line. If they're running a cover 2 concept, but they're then hot routing someone to cover the middle third, so it's like a modified cover 3, they're actually going to bump the tight end and the running back, and you can actually just hit the drag right away up the middle. And I like to roll to the left a little bit to take away the spot, take the spy if they have one out of the throwing lane. So that's just a little intricate tip that I've discovered from using this play online. If they play man, okay, here's the drag again. I had that open. We're just going to switch to a hard flat concept so you can see the tight end route. And once again, the square route's just there to punish them for moving their user, basically, which is, I think, a very underrated part of this formation, is we have a lot of plays that punish them for moving their user out of the middle of the field. So yeah, once you see it's a hard flat, you're just going to be waiting for that tight end to cut up past the zone to the outside like such, and then we just dot them up for like 30 yards. This play murders hard flats. You're going to be hitting that tight end every time, and if you think it's going to be usered online, if that's what you're thinking right now, trust me, it's not. The most common way this play is usered, and the best way, the most difficult way to play against that this is usered, is they'll jump down on the drag and then move back to the square route, but that doesn't involve covering X at all. We had him again. It just, the 4-man rush in practice mode's crazy. So I'm going to call it there. I'll finish talking, showing you how open this guy was. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. If you have any suggestions of plays or formations you want me to break down, try to find some good stuff in, let me know down in the comments. And I appreciate all of you guys watching this, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.